The second method of genetic recombination which we are going to take up is the transformation. It was first worked out by Griffith in pneumococcus and later on by Avery, MacLeod, and McCarthy with some modification in the Griffiths experiment. They took two strains of pneumococcus, that is R2 non-virulent and S3 virulent, non-virulent which does not cause disease and virulent which causes disease. You can see that is how the transformation is taking place. From the virulent, a segment is being transformed into a non-virulent, and thus a non-virulent is transforming into virulent. The phenomena of transformation provided direct evidence that DNA is the genetic material. R2 strain when injected did not cause illness or death of the mice because it was non-virulent. S3 strain when injected caused disease and hence death of mice. S3 strain were heated to 60 degrees centigrade and killed. These heat-killed bacteria were injected in mice. No disease was produced in the mice. But when a mixture of R2 and heat-killed S3 bacteria were injected into the mice developed the disease and hence died. Bacteria isolated from these dead mice were found to contain a mixture of capsulated S3 and non-capsulated R2 forms. Griffith, who was a medical doctor by profession, concluded that the presence of heat-killed S3 bacteria has caused the transformation of some R2 bacteria into virulent capsulated S3 bacteria. The same experiment with some modification was done by Avery, MacLeod, and McCarthy. They divided the heat-killed S3 into three purified components. Now you can see living 3S virulent injected, mice died. Control living 2R a non-virulent injected, mice was healthy. Heat-killed 3S injected, mice was healthy. But when living non-virulent and heat-killed S-type injected, the mice died, and that is how the experiment of Griffith was modified slightly by Avery, MacLeod, and McCarthy. Now capsulated R2 together with protein component of heat-killed S3 injected in mice, they did not suffer with pneumonia. Non-capsulated R2 together with carbohydrate of S3 injected in another mice, they remained healthy. Non-capsulated R2 together with the DNA component of the heat-killed S3, the mice suffered with pneumonia and died. From this experiment, they concluded that it is the DNA of the heat-killed S3 strain which has caused transformation of non-virulent R2 strain into virulent S3 strain. And this you can see with the help of the diagram where you have R2 together with the heat-killed smooth type, and mice suffered with pneumonia and died. But in the earlier three cases where it was injected with R2 plus carbohydrate, R2 plus protein, and the third one R2 with the heat-killed DNA, it was only in the third case that it was the DNA of the heat-killed S-type which is responsible for transforming the mice or for causing the death of the mice, and the heat-killed S-type transformed the R2 into virulent strain. Transduction. It is the transfer of a small fragment of DNA from one bacterial cell to another by means of a phage. It was first observed by Zinder and Lederberg in Salmonella. After infection, multiplication of phage occurred and a large number of daughter progeny phages, generally similar to infective phage, were produced. The phage, while being formed within the bacterial cell, occasionally enclosed a DNA fragment from the bacterial chromosome. Subsequently, the phage comes out of the host cell and attacks on a new bacterium. While infecting the new bacterium, it releases its own DNA and also liberates the fragments of bacterial chromosome from the previous host. Transduction is now used in genetic engineering. You can see the virus infecting the bacterial cell, and when these viruses are released, they may have a segment of bacterial DNA, and which these phages, when infect the other host, can transfer from this strain to another, and this is referred as transduction, which is now used in genetic engineering.